Alright, we're live. How you doing, friends? This is Ernie. How you doing? It is Wednesday. What is September 5th? September 4th. And it's another great day in the market. Another great day for PatternCast. Today's topic is how to profit whether Bitcoin goes up or down. And of course, what I'm referring to is that in order to profit whether Bitcoin goes up or down, you can't just be a hodler. You have to be a trader. And that means that you need to trade with margin. Now, in the United States, there are limited choices. There's only a few exchanges and brokers that will that are regulated that will allow you to trade with margin. I personally use Kraken. Allows you up to 5 times leverage and allows you to short. Now, shorting might be a foreign concept to some people. And you may wonder, well, how do you short something if you don't own it? Well, the way you do that is you have to trade with margin. Now, trading with margin is a behind the scenes or trading or shorting behind the scenes is a relatively complex thing, or kind of a counterintuitive thing, that you actually have to borrow the shares in order to short them. Now, as a trader, you don't have to worry about all those details. You just either hit the buy or the sell button. If you hit the buy button, you just buy stuff, and obviously you're long. And if you want to sell something, what happens behind the scenes is that they lend you the shares to short. But from your point of view, all you're doing is hitting sell. Either I want to go up or I want to go down. So that's the easy part about whether or not Bitcoin goes up or down, or any crypto goes up or down, how you actually execute a trade. The hard part is actually knowing when to buy and when to short. Other cryptos like Litecoin, Ethereum, and Ripple, that's a service where we will give you signals that are based on a pattern recognition technology that we call PatternCast. And so far, we've had 9 out of 10 trades that have been winners since PatternCast for Crypto was born, about a little over 2 weeks ago. And it's been remarkable. What PatternCast does is it sees patterns, and not just any pattern. It will see literally hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of patterns. We have a system that will go out into the cloud and do hundreds of thousands of different matrix math equations and be able to analyze the current market, the way it's setting up, and then see that pattern, whether or not it existed sometime in the past. And if it does, it says, hey, look, something looks like it's setting up. If it does this, goes way up here, or if it goes way down there, there's a really good chance that you could profit by taking a position here. So it presents these scenarios to you. We send these signals out the day before, around 8:30 at night Eastern Time. Sometimes a little later, like last night we had a very late signal. It was a kind of a bonus signal, it was in addition to the other signal that we had. And if the market sets up that way, it will tell us what the odds are, or how many times in the past that exact same scenario happened, and whether or not it's a good bet. Now, to us, a good bet would be if it happened 70, 80, 90, or 100% of the time. In this particular case, this past pattern, it happened 100% of the time. Now, that's conditional upon whether or not it sets up. In this case, it's a long. I was in the habit of the past 2 weeks when I was on vacation telling you what those setups were. And I posted, I think, 7 trades for everybody, all of them winners. And from that, we got 150 new subscribers to the service while on vacation. What a great vacation that was! And what was really cool is those people made money. They made some good money because these signals were like laser beams, hit right on the target. It was just incredible. Now some people get upset when I scream like that, and I'm sorry. But I get so excited about this this service, PatternCast. I've got to scream. And now we're offering an affiliate program for people who are members where, they can take their excitement and then ask a friend to come in. And as a matter of fact, right now, if you come into PatternCast and sign up for the yearly subscription, the yearly rate, so you get PatternCast for a whole year. I know it says $12.95 a year, but if you use the coupon code CRYPTO, that's CRYPTO, you'll get $300 off of that yearly price right now. So if you sign up with crypto, you'll get $300 off in that price. So maybe my live streams have been sounding really, really salesy, but you can be sure that you'll get a lot of good information on them too. Where is crypto? Where is Bitcoin going? I don't know. Nobody really knows. Everybody can just take a guess. Unless you have something like PatternCast, which gives you a real edge. Now sure, it's only been a short period of time since we've had crypto calls. And why should I be so excited about it? Well, those are the calls that we've publicized. We know from looking back that PatternCast for crypto is at least 95% of the time will give us a profitable trade. 95% of the time. I mean, that's like crap. And on 10% of the time, it'll give us a positive trade. Out of all the trades that trigger, on average, they reach 200% of our stated target. That is an incredible. And, when we start looking at the way PatternCast is acting with crypto, one of the big advantages it has, and it is just miles and miles ahead of the traditional markets, which were just spectacular. We've got about 150 clients over there as well. They are our founding members. And now a lot of them have come over to the crypto side. And plus we got I think 20 came, 20 came over from the traditional markets. And then we got 130 new people while I was on vacation come over as founding members of this service. And they've seen it. And one of the really cool things that we've ascertained, besides the fact that crypto has more volatility in it, besides the fact that crypto has much more volatility, and it'll make or allow PatternCast to be able to see those patterns even with more clarity. The fact that there is no downtime in crypto, unlike the traditional markets, which basically take the weekends off. And 1 hour, and for futures, 1 hour a day too. Because there's no downtime, that continuity of price action lets PatternCast act in a much more predictable and consistent manner. And it's going to produce, and it has been producing, far higher accuracy than the traditional markets has, even with the traditional markets being off the charts in the way they've been performing. If you don't believe me, go look at the testimonials that we have for PatternCast. We're just starting to get testimonials for the crypto because it's so new. So a lot of them are from the futures market, all 5-star reviews. Read those testimonials, you'll see. Take a look at the results tab. You can download all the data from the traditional markets. We're going to be doing the same thing for the crypto markets as well. And now we're expanding beyond Bitcoin to include Litecoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and possibly others. It really depends on how much data that we have to go back, because PatternCast needs lots and lots of data. It wants to be able to accurately portray what it sees here and see enough occurrences. Now, we do something very special with, a lot of people ask, well, what exchange should I trade this? And it doesn't matter. And the reason for that is that we do something like what the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and the CBOE, the Chicago Board of Exchange, and BACT, which is part of NASDAQ and ICE, and all of those big boy institutional exchanges. We do something very similar to what they do. We take an aggregate multiple exchanges, some of the biggest exchanges out there, and then we normalize that data, and then we analyze our trades, analyze these patterns based on multiple exchanges. So you're getting the most accurate look at Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, or whatever in that analysis. And so you can trade just about any exchange and feel confident that it's going to apply to your exchange. So that's really cool. I mean, that is a huge advantage that we have over just about any other service. Besides the fact that PatternCast technology in of itself is essentially the same kind of technology that you're going to find in these big institutions that are now piling into Bitcoin. In many respects, I would say that our technology is superior to theirs. And particularly for what it costs us compared to what they pay. They pay tens of millions of dollars to do their analysis. And I'm not saying that, or discounting that, the work, the development, coming up with winning trades. It's as simple as that. I don't even want to compare ourselves to other services because there is no comparison. This is how you make money, whether whether Bitcoin or cryptos go up or down. The other thing is that we have that is just totally blowing away other people in this market. Whether it's, your favorite guy that is spewing off technical analysis like the moon or the Crown's Cave, or I don't care who it is, or Crypto Face, which is a joke. I see that Crypto Face is on all these bigger channels now. They are shilling his product because he's giving them big bucks to do it so that he can get more people to lose on his loser trades. Same thing with Crown, same thing with Moon, same thing with, oh God, I could go on and on. It pisses me off to no end that these people are convincing people through some hocus pocus technical analysis that their system actually works. It's bullshit. Total bull. So anyways, you come in right now on the yearly and use the coupon code CRYPTO, and you'll get a big discount. And if you pay in crypto, I'll give you an additional discount off of that. All right. Now, I know that still you're paying a lot more than what we had for the founders, but they are founders. And this service, and they'll tell you, damn, it doesn't matter what the price is. Whatever the price is, on your first trade, you'll probably make up the entire cost of a subscription. That's the truth. Ernie, can you show us how to short in Kraken? Sure. All right, let's do that. Let's do a short in Kraken. I mean, I have a short on right now. It's making a little bit of money. So, to shorten Kraken, it's relatively easy. Let's see here. Camera, going to turn off the camera. So I've got a small position on here, a third of a Bitcoin. It's in profit right now. Let's see where the market is. Looks like a little bear flag, so I took a very small position here. I'm waiting around for signals to take hold, if they will. If some of these signals set up for PatternCast, then I'll start putting more in. Um, but anyways, to short in Kraken, first of all, in order to short, you're going to need to go through the proper KYC and put in, your ID, that sort of thing. Recent bills showing you are who you say you are. But to take a short, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is click the sell. Now, I have most of my funds in USD. And what I would recommend is that you have it in USD or some other stable coin like Tether or something. I prefer USD because I trust the dollar over Tether. And then from there, then go into Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is definitely going to be moving relative to the US dollar far greater. It is an easy way to determine what your profit is relative to your local fiat. Because eventually, let's be real, when you want to actually start using the money that you've made, that I can buy in crypto, and I do prefer to take crypto in as a payment method. As a matter of fact, we accept both fiat and crypto. Anyways, to put in a sell order, you would do something like this. Click sell. Choose your leverage. In my case, I'm going to use 5 times leverage. I'm going to, I don't know, I'll do 0.1 Bitcoin. I'm going to set a limit order. Right now, it will put a price in here that it thinks that if I do set that limit order, it'll execute almost immediately. But I want something better than that. I want maybe 470. So if price comes up to 470, then that should execute. All right. So then I just press sell. There's my order details. I have to use my authenticator to get a code in here. And submit my order. All right. So my order's been placed. I can view my order. There it is. So if price were to touch 10,470, I will be short 0.1 Bitcoin. Pretty simple. Pretty darn simple. So right now I am short from about, it's right around here. Let's see, where am I short from? Currently I am short from 10,560. So I am short from right about here. Let me, the current position I have on is short from here. So I'm in profit. It's just a small little trade that I'm taking while I'm waiting for a PatternCast signal to come around. And if we move up to 470, I'll add to this short. I chose 470 because it's right about at this resistance level. It's at this little volume well, right up here. and so I'll add to that short should it execute. Do I suggest BitMEX? No, because it's not a U.S. regulated exchange. Silver, platinum, rhodium, and gold also looks good with negative rates ahead. I don't see negative rates coming to the U.S. I really don't. There's a lot of talk about that, and that might be what's pushing the precious metals up. But quite frankly, I think right now is a really good time if you are in precious metals, maybe to take a little profit. I'm not saying sell all your precious metals. I'm saying take some off the table. Pocket that money. Wait for a dip. Get into some more precious metals. What's the thought behind the current short, Ernie? Uh, for me, it had more to do with volume profile and where we were in terms of the current nodes that exist. So it has nothing to do with the service. It has nothing to do with the PatternCast service. It's just a small, tiny little trade that I'm in. I saw a little opportunity, and I added that trade in there. If you notice, I didn't talk about it in the trade room at all. This is just my own thing, and that's it. But if you want to know more specifics, let's see. Let's do that. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. And I took the trade right up here at about 460. All right. I felt that we were going to have a hard time moving up here, at least in the interim, because it looked like we were setting up a nice, what I would call a bullish flag, and I felt that it needed to come down some more before we moved up again, and it's pretty much hit my target. I'm really looking. What I was really hoping for was it hits this volume node. So I was trading this volume well, that it would come down through it, which it did, nice and fast, and that it would hit this volume node, and if it had enough momentum, could possibly get through it and then come down to this next volume node. So that was the idea for my little short there. All right, Burnt Reynolds wants to know if you prefer to get paid in BTC, does this mean that you have a positive view of where price is going long term? Um, no, it not long term, but it makes it easy for me to do deposits into my trading account and other things. So and also to pay my partner his share, etc. Quite frankly, although PayPal is pretty easy to transfer money back and forth between people. For certain services, actually, I find that Bitcoin is a little bit easier to engage those services. And over time, I want to accumulate Bitcoin. I want to keep on accumulating it, and so whatever Bitcoin I get in, I will nestle it away. So hopefully that answers your question. All right. So currently I'm not going to talk about our call right now, but we actually have a breakout call that is specified last night. We had a call the other day that said, should Bitcoin move down to 99.96, then there's a good chance that it would move up very sharply. That pattern doesn't exist anymore. So there's probably, PatternCast doesn't see that happening. I'm kind of looking at that as that, well, originally we were setting up in that pattern, and that's why I took this small short, thinking that, man, if we do move down through this volume well, maybe we'll get enough momentum to move past this this volume node here, and if we do, then we have this another big volume well that it could very easily slip through, because that's the you heard it here, folks. Ernie is accumulating BTC. Yeah, I actually am. So, I've been accumulating a little bit here and there, all the way down at the very bottom, and just adding to it and adding to it. Any dip that comes through, I'll add a little bit more. If I can take the current Bitcoin I have and do some trades and then add to that, I will. Absolutely. I want to have several Bitcoin in my possession if there is another exponential move up, another bubble, and then I'll just do that over and over again. I'll just keep on accumulating it. I'll turn it into fiat, wait for it to come down, buy in some more, and just keep on building my Bitcoin. Why not? Makes sense. All right. So we're all done for today. That's what I wanted to show you. PatternCast is off the hook. For those of you who are interested in it, again, I will repeat, there is a special deal out there right now. Use the code CRYPTO, and it will only apply to the yearly membership. All right, it'll give you $300 off, and if you pay in crypto, if you keep on hitting the checkout and avoid the PayPal or the credit card, it'll give you the option of choosing coin payments, and you can pay in crypto. If you do that, I will credit you even more. I'll credit you another $200. How's that? All right, so you can get a yearly membership at an incredible price of a little over $700, and that's a deal. But you got to do it this week. And that's all I've got for now. I want to thank everybody very much. I'm going to get back to the trade room, talk with people there. Have a good one. We'll see you next video. Take care.